Hi, this is Donna Horowitz. I'm the school nurse for Carlson Home Hospital School. All school nurses are registered nurses, or a short version known as RNs, so I am your real nurse here today in virtual time. I'm coming to you to talk about some important issues. Though this does not replace your required and mandatory training in bloodborne pathogens training and universal precautions review, I do want to cover those two areas, not only to protect you, but also to protect the fragile state that many of our students are in. Bloodborne pathogens training basically has to do with three major germs or infectious diseases that we're concerned about, and that's the HIV or AIDS virus, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C. Though these diseases cannot be contracted casually, it is important to treat everyone, since they do have a right not to disclose should they be carriers of any of those diseases mentioned, as if they're infectious. Of all body fluids are infectious. If you practice this premise that body fluids that you come in contact with have the potentiality to be infectious, and you protect yourself by following universal precautions, you should be well on your way to a healthy life. One of the main things for universal precautions, your single most protection effort that you can take, is good hand washing. Now, hand washing may seem simple enough to you, but actually it is a fine art. And it's an art that should be done at least 15 to 30 seconds at a time using warm running water and soap, and washing briskly between your fingers and your nail beds, having the water run from your wrists to your fingertips when you rinse. And don't forget to use a towel or paper towel to turn off the faucet handles, because once you've touched them with your bare hands, they are considered contaminated. And if you're in a public facility, you can then use that same paper towel for opening the door and then dispose of it in a trash receptacle. This is very important. When you go to your student's home, it is important that you wash before you go in and deliver instruction to your student, before you leave and go to another student's home. If you are assisting helping your student wash his or her own hands, you must wash your hands after doing so. If you have any questions regarding bloodborne pathogens or universal precautions, you can contact me at any time at 818-509-8759. That is our telephone number. I do not have a direct line, and just ask to speak to the school nurse. If there are certain circumstances that require your attention in working with a student, it will be noted on the front of the database sheet, either under the diagnosis section or under additional notes for teachers. There, if I write, practice universal precautions, hopefully you do that routinely with every student you have. That just means that this child is especially at risk for contracting certain illnesses or diseases because they may be immune compromised. Remember, we work with students with a lot of diagnoses, and many of them are on chemotherapy and are cancer victims. So it's important that we practice universal precautions or good hand washing technique. The other thing, if I write no ill contacts, what that means is if you're feeling ill, if you think you're coming down with a respiratory illness or any other type of illness, please do not go and visit your student for the day. Call the office and let us know that you will not be able to attend to that student. You do not want to get them sick, and you do not want to spread whatever you have to the other students that you serve. And the same holds true if you go to a home and you believe that your student is ill, has been running a fever, has a runny nose or a cough, and you're not certain if it's safe to go in and provide instruction to that student for fear of you yourself contracting that illness and therefore spreading it to other students, please call the office and ask to speak to me, and we can review what symptoms you're seeing with the child and what the parent has expressed to you. I want to thank you for watching this video and DVD. And this is Donna Horitz reporting off in virtual time. Goodbye.